Now, I think na ito lang muna yung last. Tapos sa remaining meetings, ito naman. Yung mga remaining problems. Medyo marami pa kasi. Now, itong problem na to, merong approximate na method. Meron ding actual method. Na yung first na ituturo ko is yung actual method muna. Para magets nyo talaga yung concept dyan. What we are trying to solve sa problem na to. So in this problem, we have daw a rigid bar BC. And it is supported by the steel rod AC na merong cross-sectional area na 0.25 inches squared. We have to find the vertical displacement of point C caused by the 2,000 pound load. Use E equals 29 times 10 to the 6 PSI for steel. So yung first natin isosolve dyan is the deformation in AC. Now, yung bar BC daw is rigid. Now, di ba kapag rigid, statics of rigid bodies, review natin, kapag sasabing rigid, hindi siya magde-deform. So, yung BC pala, it will neither shorten nor elongate. So, it will remain the same. Pero yung AC is allowed to deform. So, again na, this is rigid. This is important sa calculation for the vertical displacement. So, first natin gagawin is to solve the force in AC. Now, itong member BC, 2-force member lang yan. Diba? Kasi walang weight na nag-act doon sa gitna. Dito lang. Sa pin at B, saka dito rin sa C. So, kapag 2-force member, we can essentially analyze this as a truss. Or pwede rin, mag-moment tayo sa B, then just get the vertical component of AC. Once ikakat mo yan siya. But method of joints na lang, yung gagawin ko. Ayan, ito yung member BC. Tapos ito naman yung AC. Then merong 2,000 pounds. Pero again ha, you have the option to take moments about point B. Makukuha mo pa rin yung AC. Tapos same lang yung value. So summation of forces na lang along the y direction. This is equal to 40 degrees. No need yung horizontal component. So we would have AC, then sine of 40 degrees is equal to 2,000. Sinum up na lang natin yung upward saka downward force. Ito yung vertical component ng AC. So solving AC, 2,000 divided by sine 40, we would get 3111.45 pounds. Now notice na itong AC, naka-incline yan. Therefore, if we are to calculate the deformation, then yung deformation na makukuha natin is also parallel to this inclined length. So, parang ito yan. Diba? Ito man yung AC. So, once solving the deformation, ito yung makukuha natin. Parallel sa member. Delta AC. So, di ba, yung formula ng deformation is equal to PL divided by AE. Now, alam na natin yung force. The force is equal to 3,111.45. Naka-pounds na yan. No need to convert. Then, our length naman is still unknown. Now, usually, yung students nagkakamali since yung 8 feet yung gagamitin. Kasi yun kasi yung explicitly nakalagay sa problem. But again, we are looking at this length. Yan yung member na kinoconsider natin. So we have to solve the length of AC. We can do that by using trigonometry. Now we have 40 degrees. Ito yung side na adjacent sa kanya. Tapos yung AC naman, yan yung hypotenuse. So what trigonometric function relates the adjacent side sa hypotenuse? Di ba? Cosine. Adjacent divided by hypotenuse. So, cosine of 40, our reference angle, is equal to adjacent 8 divided by the hypotenuse. So, the hypotenuse is the length of AC. Now, we can multiply this by 12 para automatic na yung LAC magiging inches na din. So, naka-fit yan times 12 para maging inches. So, solving LAC, we would get, ano yan? 8 times 12 divided by cosine 40. So, 125.319. So, this is now in inches na. So, substitute this sa L, 125.319. Then, divide natin. Divided by AE. Yung area is 0.25 inches squared. Hindi yan diameter, ah. So, wag mo na siyang idaan sa pi over 4 times d squared. Automatic na yan. Area, then E naman is equal to 29 times 10 to the 6. Ayan. Move ko lang, ah. So, yung deformation ng AC is equal to 0.05378. So, naka-inches na yan. However, hindi pa yan yung sagot. Since this is still the deformation of member AC. Hindi pa yan yung vertical displacement of point C. Yan kasi yung hinahanap natin sa problem. So first, I will discuss the actual way talaga. Kung paano mo masosolve yung vertical displacement dito sa point C. So ito yan. Diba yung B, naka-hinge yan. So kapag naka-hinge, and then bar BC is rigid, so parang ano siya, radius ng circle, and then its movement is confined to a circular arc. So, di ba, this is pinned, yung B. Ito yan, nakapin. So, pag, ano siya, if you are to apply a downward force dyan, di ba, this will rotate clockwise, naturally. Then, yung movement niya is confined to a circular arc. Ayan. Tapos, yung center niya is andito, sa pin. Parang ganyan lang yung movement niya, restricted to a circular arc. So let's say naging ganyan na siya after the application of the load. So draw natin ulit yung circle. Ayan. Let's make sure na ano siya, nasa gitna siya. Ayan. Let's just say parang ganyan. Now, itong buong length niya, this is equal to, ano raw, 8 feet. Now, yung 8 feet, convert natin into inches. So, 8 times 12 is equal to 96 inches. Now, yung bar BC, rigid yan. So, itong length na to, still 96 pa rin yan. 96 inches. Ayan. Now, ano yung length ng AB? Try natin i-solve. Yung AB naman, we can use the tangent function. So, tangent of 40 degrees is equal to opposite AB divided by adjacent. Adjacent is 96. In inches na yan. So, AB pala is equal to 96 tangent 40. So, 80.55356. Length ng AB. Lagyan na lang natin ng L. 2 decimals na lang. 80.55 inches. So, the length of AB is slightly lesser than the radius. Diba? Ito man yung radius, so this is also equal to 96. Pero yung LAB is only 80.55. So, if we are to scale talaga, parang andito lang siya. Ayan. Ito yung point B. Naka-center dyan yung hinge. Then, ito naman yung point A. So, this is equal to 80.55. Now, initially, draw natin yung initial figure. Ito yung BC. Diba? At the initial condition, naka-horizontal lang siya. So, ito yung BC. And then, ano naman to? Ayan. Diba? Itong distance na yan yung AC. Cable AC. But once the load was applied, nag-deform yung AC, nag-elongate siya. So kaya yung bar, nag-move down siya. So yung final length ng bar, ito yan. From point A pa rin, pero nag-elongate na siya hanggang dyan na. I hope agree lang. So lagyan natin ng label dyan. Ito yung C. Tas ito yung parang C prime. Final location of C. And then this length was originally 96 pa rin yan. But hindi natin yan kailangan sa calculation natin. What we need is this one. This triangle. Now, itong naka-purple, yan yung deformed length. So, magiging LAC is 125.319. Plus, the deformation of AC, yan na yung total length niya. So, itong naka-purple pala, lagyan ko na lang ng LAC prime is equal to, ano nga yun? 125.319 plus the deformation 0.05378. Ayan. So LAC prime is equal to 125.319 plus 0.05378. So magiging 125.37278. Ito yan. So meron na tayong AC prime. Now, meron tayong tatlong sides ng triangle. This one, and this one. Now, di ba kapag meron kang tatlong sides, you can apply the cosine law to solve any interior angle. Now, what interior angle do we need to solve? Yan yung next question. We have to solve this interior angle. Ayan. Since once masosolve na natin yan, we can get the vertical displacement. Yung vertical displacement, ito kasi yung hinahanap essentially. Diba? Vertical displacement of point C. Ito yung initial point C. Ito naman yung final point niya. So we are trying to find this distance. Ito na lang. Ayan. We want to find this vertical distance. So to find this vertical distance, we need this angle. Then just subtract 90 degrees para makuha natin yung smaller angle na yan. Kasi this was initially perpendicular kasi. So solving this angle, label ko yan as theta na lang. So by cosine law, C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine C. Now, itong dalawang sides, itong dalawang C pala, small letter C is for the side, big letter C naman is for the angle. So, I will treat this one as C para yung opposite sa kanya is theta. So, 125.37278 naka-square yan is equal to any of the sides. Pwede yan mag-interchange. So, sabihin ko na lang na 80.55 squared this one. Then, the other is 96. So, plus 96 squared minus 2 times 80.55. Then, times 96 cosine of C or theta, yung opposite sa kanya na angle. So, we would get 125.37278 tapos naka-square equals 80.55 squared plus 96 squared then minus 2 times 80.55 times 96 then cosine theta. Now, when solving theta, always calibrate your calculator na ibigay niya yung realistic value. Now, yung theta dyan, this is an obtuse angle greater than 90 degrees. So, yung i-input mo sa x dyan, lagyan mo na lang siya ng 90 para safe. Or kapag obtuse, you can also use 135 degrees. Yan yung safest. Kasi yung 135 degrees, yan yung gitna ng 90 saka 180. So, shift solve x equals 135. Yan yung safest na guess value. Teka lang. Bakit syntax error? Dalawang multiplication symbols pala. Bakit can't solve for a while? 1, 2... okay. Naging dalawa yung 5 dyan. Ayan. So, we would get 90.05198271. Yan yung theta. 5 decimal places. So, try to notice na itong angle na to, maliit talaga yan. So, solve natin yung angle na yan. Yung maliit na angle na yan. This is equal to alpha. So, alpha is equal to, ano yan? Theta minus 90 degrees. So, medyo obvious naman, minus 90 yan. Yung matitira na lang is itong nasa decimal. So, 0.05198 degrees. Lagyan ko na lang ng A equals theta minus 90. So, kapag meron ka ng alpha, you can now get this distance. Ito yung vertical displacement at C, or delta VC na lang. So, delta VC is equal to, ano yan? Diba, this is 96. Yan yung hypotenuse ng triangle. Tas, ito yung opposite to the reference angle. So, automatic na lang, 96, then sine of this angle alpha. Now, angle alpha is 0.05198. So, calculating the vertical displacement at C, we get 96 sine 0.05198. Ayan. So, magiging 0.087. Tapos, naka-inch. Ayan. Now, ito yung actual talaga na sagot. Pero, dun sa libro, ito yung nasa answer key. 0.08367. So, makikita nyo naman na up to the second decimal place, same lang sila. But essentially, merong discrepancy since naka-inches kasi yan. Usually, kapag mm, walang masyadong difference. Now, ano naman yung approximate method? Sa approximate method, since yung deformation is very small compared to the original length, tinitreat na lang yung ano dyan, di ba? This is essentially an arc length. Ito. Naka-arc yan siya. So, parang ito yung figure kapag doon ka sa approximate na method. Diba, nag-deform yung AC by a certain distance. So, this was equal to, ano nga yun? 0.05378. Ayan, inches. Now again, instead na naka-arc, tinitreat na lang siya as vertical distance. So, this would be the vertical displacement at C. Ayan. Now, from this point, yung deformation ng AC, just draw a line perpendicular to it until it will intersect dito sa vertical line dyan sa C. So, this is perpendicular. Ito yung approximate method. Mas madali siya compared sa actual talaga. So, 0.05378 yan. Tas, ito naman, label natin as vertical displacement of C. Ayan. Now, this is perpendicular. Importante yan para ma-solve natin yung angle. Now, what we can do is, we can extend a line horizontally. Now, 40 degrees yan with respect to the horizontal. Ibig sabihin, yung angle na to is also equal to 40 degrees. I hope agree lang. And then, if this is 40 degrees, this is 90 degrees in total. So, 90 minus 40, this is 50 degrees. Ayan. So, meron tayong adjacent side to the reference angle na 50. Then, itong side na to is the hypotenuse. Kasi opposite siya sa 90 degree angle. So, we can just use the sine function. Cosine pala. Adjacent, tapos hypotenuse. So, cosine of 50 degrees equals adjacent, which is 0.05378. Then, our hypotenuse is delta VC. So, input na lang natin sa calculators, 0.05378. This is to be divided by cosine 50. Ayan. So, we would get 0.0837. Yan yung nasa book talaga. So, delta VC is equal to 0.08367. Tapos, inches. Now, if you want to zoom in the triangle, parang ito siya. Delta CV, then deformation ng AC. Draw a line perpendicular to this line hanggang mag-intersect siya sa vertical line. And then, ito na yung hinahanap natin. And this angle is equal to 50 degrees. Then, 0.05378. So, ganyan lang. Usually, sa mga exams, sa board exams, ito lang yung ginagamit na method. Yung approximate method na lang. Sige, so, dito na lang muna. And then, sa next videos natin, we will discuss the remaining problems. Thank you.